Good morning, students. Here we are back for the online classes after summer vacation. Today we are going to learn a new topic in English grammar, that is simple present tense. If you remember, before vacation, I gave you one home assignment for practice, that was a table for tenses was given to you to write every day, right? So but in that table this tense was not included. There are many more which I did not include in the table. Simple present tense is one of them. So simple present tense, let's look at it. The first question is when to use simple present tense. Second is how to use simple present tense. So let's first discuss with when to use simple present tense. When to use simple present tense? The answer is it is used only for everyday actions. This is very important. It is used only for everyday actions. The actions that happen regularly, on regular basis, on daily basis, like I go to school every day, we go to school every day. Definitely during lockdown period we are not going to school every day. We are studying from home, but then other than lockdown, we generally go to school every day except Sunday. Similarly, and a few other examples can be the sun rises in the east every day, sun sets in the west every day, or I attend or you attend online classes every day. So these are the actions which are taking place, which are happening on daily basis. For these everyday actions, we must use only and only simple present tense. Now the question arises, how to use this simple present tense? So the next slide says how to use it. See, here you can see a sentence format. What kind of sentence format a simple present tense has? So it is subject plus verb with S or ES or without S or ES. So what is the subject? That we'll discuss it later. The one example is given below it. You can see Mohan eats an apple. You can see it here. Mohan eats an apple. We are talking about Mohan. So this is a subject. Mohan is a subject, right? Mohan is a subject. Eat is an action, so it is a verb. And here you can see in eat I have added S, right? And apple is an object. Let's move further. On the next slide, similarly some other examples can be I eat an apple. In that I have not added S. Eat an apple. We eat an apple. She eats an apple, right? So again with she I had to add S in eat, so she eats an apple. So these are few examples where in some sentences, in some cases I am using S or ES to the verb, or in some sentences I am not adding S or ES to the verb. So the question arises, it must be, even you must be wondering how to decide when to use S or ES, when to add S or ES to verb or not. So let's move further. Actually it is depend upon person. Let's see what you can see on this screen. There are two characters. There is one radio, and on that it is mentioned, it is not clearly seen, but basically it is writing about today's youth. Like PM Modi on his Mann Ki Baat, he is saying that today's youth does not like anarchy, right? Anarchy is a lot of problems and everything, disorder. So this fellow is telling the other one in red colored shirt that he is speaking, the man in yellow shirt is speaking to the man in red shirt, that he is saying that youth does not like NRC, right? So the speaker is the man in yellow shirt and the listener is the man in red shirt. So that's why the speaker is known as first person. The listener, that is man in red shirt, is the second person, and the man who is speaking is talking about PM Modi. So he is the third person. Let's go ahead. There's one more. Again, this strip is quite it is not readable, right? I can share it some other day. In this picture also there's one lady and a man. The lady is a speaker. She's saying something to this man in blue color shirt. She's saying something, so she is a speaker, so she is a first person. The man in blue shirt is a listener, so he is the second person. And the lady is talking about a person who has got a son, so that the person is the third person. So when to use, what decides, on what basis we will decide whether we should add s or es to the verb or not. So the basis of that is person. The person will decide. Person means there are three persons in language. One is first person, the one who speaks. Second person is the one who listens, the listener. And the third person is someone other than speaker and listener. That is, the man was talking about PM Modi, right? So the one who was speaking is first person, the one who was listening was the second person, and the man was talking about PM Modi, so PM Modi is the third person. So this is how it is. And now let's go ahead. Now in this you can see that first person, second person and third person given in the table. Similarly in the columns, the second column is about singular, third column is about plural. So first person singular, I, first person plural, we. Similarly second person you, second person you, that is you all. And third person singular, that is he, she and it. And third person plural is they. So in these all 6 columns you can see that only with third person singular, that is he, she, it, he can be Hemal, he can be Mahesh, he can be Suresh, she can be Komal, she can be Pooja, she can be Hema, whatever. It can be a dog, it can be a tree, it can be a ball, whatever, right? So whatever that is there in singular, so that is third person singular. Similarly third person plural, they, it may be boys, girls, trees, whatever it is. So they, that is third person plural. So in all these thing, only third person singular we must use. If that is there as a subject, if he, she, it, one of them is used as a subject in a sentence, that we must use s or es when there is simple present tense, that is when there is a daily action mentioned in the sentence. So right, so there are total 6 things, 6 boxes, but only in one box we must use s or es to the verb when we are using simple present tense. Let me give you a few more examples with that. Now I have taken one verb, run. With using this run, I have made some sentences. I'm just going to read them. I run very fast. We run very fast. You run very fast. You run very fast. You all run very fast. He runs very fast. She runs very fast. It runs very fast. They run very fast. So what you can see, where I have added s, in all these 8 sentences, only with third person singular, that is he, she and it, right? So this is how it is done with other persons. These are all persons, I, we, you, he, she, it, they all are subjects of the sentence. So when third person singular is used as a subject in simple present tense, we must use s or es. Like if instead of run, if I use teach, so what will be my sentence? I teach maths, we teach maths, you teach maths, you all teach maths, he teaches maths, she teaches maths, it teaches maths, they teach maths. So in that case, again you must have observed that whenever I use he, she or it in simple present tense, I have added es after teach. So this is the rule in simple present tense. We must remember that. So one exercise I'm going to give you, the homework. The homework I'm going to give you This is your homework, right, to do. Using work, laugh and think. Using work, laugh and think, you have to make these 8 sentences like I work very well, we work very well, and so on. He works very well, she works very well, and this kind of thing. So you have to make 8 sentences. So my friends, today we have learned about simple present tense. 2 things to remember. One is we should use simple present tense when we are talking about action that happens every day, that happens on daily or regular basis, right? And we must use s or es to the verb when third person singular, that is he, she, it, are used as a subject in the sentence. With other, that is first person singular plural, second person singular plural, and third person plural, we should not use s or es to the sentence, to the verb. We should simply write it as a verb. Thank you so much. Good day.